There's no easy way to make this video, so I'm just going to spit it out. Mr. Sir, our dog of 7 years, our first boy, baby, he's no longer here with us. In a very unexpected turn of events over the weekend, it's been 3 days now, 4 days, we took him to the vet on an emergency basis, and he didn't make it out. So we are a 1-dog household now. We have Broski back there sleeping, still trying to process, I think, what happened with his brother. And I'll get into all of the details and what happened, but I really wanted to make this video as a timestamp in our lives and our journey here, because this has been one of the hardest things that we've had to deal with as a family so far. And it's really hit Candice, Kylie, and myself the hardest. And he is always going to be a hole in our home, in our hearts, and in our family. So this video goes to our beloved Mr. Sir, the dog. He's going to be very missed. A month or so ago, Broski had what we assumed was a stomach bug. He was not able to keep any of his food down. He was not able to keep much down, so we just kind of let him rest, and he got over it after, I would say, 2 or 3 days. Shortly after Broski went through that, Mr. started showing the exact same signs. Now, mind you, Mr. has always been a dog who throws up on occasion, and it was just random bile. He's been that way since he was a puppy. He gets routine checkups with the vet. Like, we have always done what we've needed to do with him and his vaccines and all of the things. Same thing with Broski. So in this case, when Mr. started showing the same signs that Broski was showing, we assumed this is going to be another 3 days of the same thing. He's going to improve, and then if he doesn't, we'll take him into the vet. So the 3 days, they happened, and he was better. He was almost like reverted to some of his puppy things. So like, it'd been a long time since he had been stealing socks from the kids or from us. Like, that's always been something that he did when he was a puppy, but he hadn't done that in a really long time. He was 7. But we noticed that he started to do that a lot. He would go into the bathroom every time and steal all the kids' dirty socks. He would go to Kylie's room and steal her sock. Well, he started to do that when he got over his stomach thing, and he was very playful, and he was acting like himself. And then out of nowhere on Saturday during the day, the majority of us were out shopping, doing things, running errands that we do on Saturdays, and Kylie was here at home with Mr. When we got a text from her saying, hey, Mr. threw up, and it was a lot, and it was just bile. And I'm thinking, well, that's normal. I don't know what a lot is, but like, that's pretty normal. So we didn't think too much of it. That same day at night, Candice and I were here in the living room. We noticed Mr. had gone to drink water, and he threw up again. All of the water he drank, it almost like it just came right back out. We had put a camera over by their food because we were monitoring when they were both sick how often they were eating, so that we could keep tabs on it and go to the vet if they weren't eating or if they weren't going potty. So we have a camera outside where we can see them going potty. We had a camera where their food was to make sure they were eating. So after Mr. threw up that water, we said, when's the last time he's eaten? So I pulled up the camera footage. I went back, and I couldn't see any footage of him actually eating any food. It was about 7 days in the past by the time I saw something where he was actually eating his food, which was like the red flag in our heads of something's wrong. So to kind of test this, because Mr. was also a very picky eater, and he had some insensitivities, so we were always really careful with what we were giving him to eat. So every once in a while he would get in this like mood where he would only want wet food, not dry food. We were thinking maybe his teeth are bothering him, which is why he's struggling to eat. Maybe he's throwing up a lot because he hasn't eaten, and all of the acids in his stomach are basically eating him up, and he's just extra gaggy, or, you know, we're trying to reason through all these things. But when we realized he hadn't eaten in 7 days, that was highly unusual. So we grabbed some wet food that we had from the pantry, offered it to him, and he didn't want any of it. And that was like the last straw for us, because we're like, something's wrong. If he's not willing to eat wet food and he's not eating and hasn't eaten in the last 7 days, we should probably take him in, like now. By then it was about 9 p.m. So we got to the vet about 9:30 p.m. We had them check him out, and right off the bat, they didn't like some of the vitals that they had taken. It turned out that he was what they were calling yellowing. He had jaundice, and so the signs indicated that there was something with the kidneys or with the liver that was not right. So we had them run more tests, they did blood work, and come to find out he did in fact have pretty severe liver damage. That of course is not good, and you could see in his eyes, like his eyes were yellow. You could lift up his ear and you could see his ear was yellow, underneath his tongue was yellow, and he was just very mellow, very unlike himself. Typically in that situation he would be shaking out of his boots because he's so anxious and nervous. That's just the type of dog he was, and he didn't have any of that, almost like he didn't have the energy in him. So the only real option at that point was to give him a very aggressive treatment just to see if his liver had any signs of repair, like if it could repair itself at all. The hard part for us was that it was an emergency vet hospital. It wasn't our vet and our doctor who we were used to seeing. And by looking at Mr. and the way that he looked, everything about him just told me in my heart that he wasn't gonna make it. And obviously, like, Candice and I were in that room, like, what do we do? So at about 12:30 that night/morning, he took his last breath and we came home without him. And it's been hard. Oh my gosh, has it been hard. We're talking a dog who's embedded in everything that you do at your house for the last 7 years. Like, this dog existed before the triplets did, and he was spoiled rotten. And then the triplets came along and we got to see him interact with them as premature babies and toddlers and now school-aged kids. And he slept with us on our bed. He sat with us on the couch. He was a member of this family, and the grief of it all has been really hard. And I think the other part, outside of grieving a dog and a pet and a family member, is watching this guy who knows no life outside of being a companion of Mr. Mr. was Broski's entire world. Like, Broski would not go outside without Mr. Broski is a ready to defend animal, but not alone, because he's scared. He's used to being around Mr. and now he's alone. And I know dogs don't grieve the same way that humans do. They don't have the concept of death, but like, I can't help but think that he's just wondering, like, when is he coming home? How long is this grooming appointment that he's at, you know? Like, how long before he starts to realize this is permanent and he's gotta navigate life now without him, just like the rest of us. So of course we had to tell the kids that next morning, Sunday morning, after we didn't really sleep. And we were very clear and direct with what happened. We told them that Mr. had died and they were going to have a lot of questions, and this happens over time with older dogs. And, you know, we gave them the whole speech, and it was like instant shock, instant sadness, a lot of tears. But bless their heart, they're 6 years old and they just want to fix the problem, especially because they can sense us suffering. Jojo was like, it's okay, we can get another dog, right? She doesn't understand the concept of, like, that's not the problem. And they almost don't know how to process it, because they were outside playing and they do a lot of pretend play, so they do a lot of like fake conversations. And one of the topics of their conversation was, I can't believe Mr. died. We overheard like one telling the other. And like, on one hand, I'm very thankful that that's the way that they're taking it, because this could be a really hard thing for them, and they seem to be almost indifferent about it. It comes in waves, and they see Candice and I mostly just randomly bust out into tears when we see a toy or when we are reminded of him and we're upset and we're crying, and they just kind of know like this is why. So they'll come and give us a hug and they'll give us extra cuddles, which I love. We just have to adjust to this being our new norm without Mr. And one of the things Candice and I are trying to focus on is Broski doesn't know how to be the only pet. But that's not necessarily all bad, right? When we had Mr. initially before the triplets, before Broski, before Mr. got super cranky and anxious of everything, we used to take him everywhere. We would go on a trip and Mr. was with us. We would go to the store and Mr. was in the car with us. I remember we'd take him to like a Starbucks and give him a puppuccino, or you'd go through different drive-thrus and everybody has their own version of, does your dog want a treat? I don't think Broski's had a treat because Mr's always been so insensitive that we've never really gotten much. So we're trying to focus now on giving Broski that same experience that Mr. had, and now that he's our only dog, sharing all of those pieces with him that he's never really been able to. Like Mr., one of Mr's favorite things in the world. One of Mr's favorite things was to stick his head out the window while we drove, and he knew when we were in our neighborhood, he'd stick his head out and he'd let the wind blow his hair back. But if we went too fast, he'd put his head right back in because it was too much and he couldn't breathe. But like Broski doesn't know those things, and it's gonna be a transition, and I appreciate all of the kind words and love and messages everybody's sent via our Instagram posts, and it's really amazing to know that we have such an awesome internet family, and our Shenanigans fam is always so invested in what's going on. And I'm sorry this is such a sad one, but like everything, we will get through it, and he'll always be a part of this family. So I'll leave you with all of the fun clips and the therapeutic process that I went through for this video. My hope is someday to be able to watch this video with a smile on my face, because I know how lucky we were to love him and have him for the 7 years. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.
Say bye, friends. Say bye, friends. That is not yours. Hey, gimme. Give me that. Put that back right now. Hey, put it back. This is my shoe. Get away. Mister. What, are you sitting up like a human? You're just watching TV or what?
Keep in mind, the renovated house in this area, they sell upwards of $900,000. So reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who have type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
Give me 5.
And low rate of diabetes.
Yay! Give me 5. Oh.
What are we waiting for? You expecting someone? No, but no, don't lick my face. No, don't lick my face. You realize there's another pillow over there, right?
Will you get it already? You're under the couch, barking at a ball that is no longer under the couch.
That's just what I almost did, you know, you raised hell and asked questions later. I didn't think it was because I didn't like myself very much.
You're gonna have to change.
Wait, I'm already.
Bud, I'm sorry. But I need to work. You don't work. Well, I'm sorry. Ow.
As for some here, we needed to, be conscientious about the weight. It would be super lightweight. I'm not tired.
Honey, hi, bud. Oh, hello. No.
Mister? What are you doing, bud?
Hi. Bud. We're almost to Worldview.
21 Savage has a lot riding on hitting that #1 spot.
Hey, do you want to go to Cousin Penny's? Yeah? You want to go to Cousin Penny's? Okay. Okay, I'll take you there, okay? Why?
Is this your bed? Is this your playpen? Let's see your head strength. Oh, you got lots of head strength.
You want sister? Nobody loves you? Nobody wants to pay attention to you? That's not true. Mister. Mister, what happened?
Let me see. Ring, 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 ring. Ow! Ow, but don't bite.
Mister, sir.
Ring, 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 ring.
Mister, sir. And then you wonder why he messes with you. Oh my gosh.
Mister!
Hey.
Not so hard.
Hey.
Be nice. You scratched my lip. Who let the dogs out? Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Hi. Let me see, buddy. Let me see, buddy.
Excuse me. Stop eating socks.